how do you think your season's gone?
I think personally I've been doing my best to show up consistently. Results will say that it hasn't gone our way. Hasn't been very favorable, but that's life, isn't it? Sometimes life isn't fair, but I think for us as a group, we just got to continue to keep on working on our game, keep on doing the little things, keep on working on our structure. Really dial in the trusting of each other out there. And we, our job is just to keep on getting better every single day. It's not easy, especially when you're losing games. And the feelings that we feel sometimes as a team. So just sticking together, doing our best together, and getting out of this thing.
The fan wants, every time we turn around, they want another goalie.
Yeah.
Don't want you. I mean, that must hurt.
Hasn't that happened? It's happened a lot here, no?
They're down on goalies here. You're too young for that.
No, I was there for that. I felt bad for him. I mean, that's happened a few times here. I think it happens anywhere around the league. Goalies need to come up with big saves at big times. I'm not really too sure how much I can really say on that either. It's kind of just part of the game of being a goalie. I decided to choose that. I'm going to try to get my kids to be a player for sure.
I was going to ask you that because Glenn Hall told me once. He says nobody forces us to be goalies. You're 10 years old. You just want to be a goalie. And then when the heat's on, you could have played another position.
Yeah. Sometimes when it gets really bad, you wish you made a different choice. But honestly, I love it, man. It's the best thing in the world being able to be a goalie. I've learned so much in so many different ways, not just on ice, but just character. Being able to pull yourself out of some really tough spots. Being a good teammate, even when you feel like the world's crashing down on you. It's easy to be selfish, and you learn a lot about not being selfish in this position. Again, it's not about just one guy; it's about everybody.
So sometimes you see goalies when they're really frustrated, they start pointing out things to the guys in front of them. As a goaltender, you obviously have to guard against that. That's
human nature. I think for anybody as a human, it's you want to take yourself off the hook of things, right? So it's easy. That's the easiest thing to do when things are tough is pointing the finger. But for our group, we're not in the business of doing that. We're in the business of lifting each other up and trying to carry ourselves out of this thing as a team. Because we've created that culture, we've created that brotherhood in here. It's easy to point the finger. It's human nature. Sometimes you still do it, but you try your best to be aware of it and catch yourself, and I'm certainly not doing that. I need to be better for this group.
You want to be here long term?
Of course, yeah. I want to be in the NHL.
All these fans keep yelling, we need a better goal. We need a better goal.
Yeah, sure.
But you want to be here, even though you've taken all this.
It is what it is. Again, I can't really control what the fans are saying.
Stu, when you say that you want to play better, a lot of the guys talk about their own individual game. Is there one or two things you look and say, okay, here's where I got to start to get the foundation back to where I want?
Yeah, I think again, it was kind of like your first question, but it's just coming back and realizing that you got to stick to the boring routine. You got to keep on going, keep on working on the same things that I've been working on since the start of the season, because I think those things have been helping me. It's just kind of waiting for the results to turn around.
That process might be a test of your patience, unlike anything else.
Yeah, for sure. Patience, annoyance, frustration. There can be a lot of negative feelings that creep in, but that's the hard part about it, I think that's for anybody in any sort of job in general. Sometimes it's hard waking up the next morning and going in and being like, well, I got to do the same thing all over again. But if you do that day after day after day, you keep on chipping at that rock, something's going to happen eventually.
For a lot of skaters sometimes, if they're in a funk, it's like, I'm just going to be physical. I'm just going to run. I'm going to hit some guy, and maybe I'm mad, and I can lose some frustration. You can't really do that as a goalie, right? Like, it's not like you can hit the puck
I could break
harder.
My stick off the post.
I guess so. But how do you, because sometimes there is frustration. How do you let it out?
For me, I've learned just deep breaths. I've learned in my career that frustration has only made things worse for me. And that's all personal. Sometimes it helps people, sometimes it doesn't. I think for me, whenever I do, I can tend to overdo things, try too hard, kind of get more in my head. So for me, I think just taking a deep breath and relaxing. I think that's something that I've learned. Frustration is, I don't want to say a pointless emotion, but it can hurt me individually if I do that.
Stu, maybe take us through the gear. First time seeing you and talking to you since you repped the gear.
Yeah.
Through the inspiration.
No, it's been good. They feel actually really good ever since the first time I stepped into it. So CCM's done a great job with that. Jerry and I, the CCM rep, he helped me out with some of the colors and different ideas, and we went through a few different pictures. Sorry, get that out of my mouth here. A few different pictures to look at, and picked on this one. I think it looks good.
I could be wrong. Is there a little Grant Fear in there? Is that?
I think there might be a little bit. Yeah, we added a little bit of the skate lace to it. Just having some fun with it.
And how about the mask? I know you're always pretty personal when it comes to the touches.
Yeah, just on the few small things, but in general, making it about the team and how and just trying to make it match the pads in general.